All right, continuing with pull factors, 1862, the Homestead Act basically was giving free land to lots of people, and free land is a pull factor because it's free land. Jobs is another pull factor. Workers were recruited from homelands to build railroads, dig mines, work in factories, so a job is a pull factor. Being able to strike it rich and finding gold is a pull factor, and chain immigrants are immigrants who their family has already gone ahead of them, so they're wanting to go too, and the fact that your family is there is a pull factor. All right, let me go back one. All right, so what we have here is a map, obviously, and we have people coming from Europe, and they're going to come to the east coast of the United States, and then people from Asia are going to come to the west coast of the United States. You should know this. We've talked about maps before. This should be pretty simple. Now, right here, you have New York, and right out here, there is an island. This island right here is going to be Ellis Island. And then over here, right here outside of San Francisco is going to be Angel Island. And that's going to be where we will have all the immigrants come into. So European immigrants and Chinese and Japanese immigrants, obviously these are Asian, these are Europeans. A lot of the European immigrants came for religious reasons. They came for land and they came for jobs. You can see here, obviously this would be on the East Coast because of the Statue of Liberty in New York. And you can see that these people here are Asian, so this is going to be out on Angel Island. They were seeking gold, railway jobs, high wages because of the Chinese Exclusion Act. The Chinese Exclusion Act will be something that we cover later on and at the end of the year in imperialism as well. We also have immigrants coming from our southern border as well, and this would be the West Indies and Mexico. Now, they were coming for jobs, farmland, and the main thing was all the political turmoil there. All right, so we have talked about immigration before. We looked at it in our 1980s, 90s, 2000s unit. When we talked about that, we've looked at that stuff. So you guys should remember a lot of these topics and things that we've discussed before. We also looked at immigration a little bit during our Latin America unit as well. All right, so if we look at these patterns as of 1900, we can see where a lot of our immigrants have come from. So if you look here, you have a few main states where people are going to. You have California, Texas. Does anybody know this state right here? So you have Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. All right, right up here is Wisconsin. Why would people go to Wisconsin? What do you guys think's up there? Why are people going to these states? All right, so what do you guys think? Why are these the main states people are going to? What's there for them? All right, so be thinking about that. If you're wondering, it's jobs. People are going there because there are factories there, all right? So these are where if you look at a map now and you look at major cities in the U.S., this is going to be where your major cities are in these states here, most of them. All right, so total immigrants by decade. So right here, you guys are going to see this huge decline. I'm going to have to explain that in a little bit, and I'm going to probably show my face in the next one. All right, so what we have here is total immigrants by decade, and you guys can see this number is steadily climbing. Even though it's a roller coaster going up and down, that number is steadily climbing. And then it's going to drop right here at about 1900. And the reason is because something called a quota system. And I'll talk about that quota system here in a little bit. What that's going to do is that's going to cause this number to drop way down. All right. So if you look here, this is 8.2 million. This is 700,000. All right. So that is a huge decline in the number of immigrants coming into our country. And that is because we did a quota or a cap. All right. We put a total number of people that we were allowing into our country from other countries. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And then you go up into the 2000s, and this is from the 1990s to 2000s, we had 10.2 million, almost 10.3 million immigrants here. And obviously, these are not illegal immigrants. These are legal, not illegals, because we can document them. All right, we are going to continue looking at some of these graphs and things, and we'll look at that quota system in the next video.